this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel today. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe this fine day. Today I have the next part of my coloring book collection going shelf by shelf. The next shelf is where I keep my really tiny coloring books. And so this is called the Tinies shelf. And a lot of these, I don't think you can get them on Amazon. But we can kind of talk about them as I pull them, because I just have a variety of different ones that I've gotten from different places, and they're just unique finds, and some may be rare, some may be easy to find. It just depends on the book. I hope you're enjoying this collection video. In the meantime, between videos, I have been trying to update my GoodNotes app for my uncolored books and my whips, just kind of on my downtime, by rewatching the video and then putting in those things as I'm rewatching the video during the editing process and things like that. So I don't have that up to date yet, but it's a slow moving process. And we'll just kind of get started. So the first little tiny that I have is this one. I'm just trying to, yeah, I think we're pretty in frame. I think I want to scoot up a little on my camera. Right there. Okay, so this is the Disney Art Therapy Babies animal thing. It's an animal postcard book that you can get from Hatchet Heroes. I think I got this from Lyrica a long time ago. I can't remember when. There's only 20 postcards in it. Here's the ISBN number in case you guys are interested. And it has different Disney postcards in it, as you can see, with classic Disney characters. And by flipping through, I can already feel that it's falling apart because the glue binding isn't going to hold. But yeah, since it's a postcard, they're nice and thick. But yeah, they're designed to come out because they are postcards. And so what I need to get is like a postcard type of book, or even like one of those little cheap little photo albums that you get like at the dollar store or something. That way, if my postcard books start to fall apart, I can just put them in an album. But I have that little one. Maybe that's why I'm afraid to color in these, because they're so small and I'm worried that they're going to fall out. So this one, since it's Alice in Wonderland, it's upside down because it's kooky, but it's 270 GSM acid-free paper, easy to tear pages, so it's glue bound as well. And this one was sent to me by Sarah from Chronic Coloring Down Under, and it's kind of like on a cream page, but it's postcards as well, all Alice in Wonderland inspired, really thick, almost like board type of material. So yeah, I have this Alice in Wonderland one. I have this little book. It's called 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell, and it says a book to warm the hearts of those in need of a hug. And I got this on Amazon. You can get it paperback like this, or you can get it hardback, but the paper inside is paper like novel paper. It's very thin. It's worse than Amazon paper, you know, so you would have to use like pencils in it. And this isn't supposed to be a coloring book, but people in the coloring community have embraced it as a book you can color. And it has basically 100 pages in it of different hugs. So like here's an owl hugging a cat. And like I colored this monster, and I thought, oh, well, since I don't want the paper to rip, I'm going to put some packing tape over it. Yeah, that was a bad idea. It ripped it and stuff, but it is what it is now. And I colored it with pencils, obviously. And then I also taped up this one with the Batman and Superman here. But I've taped that one too. Little Cousin It type creatures. Yeah. Because when you're putting on something sticky, you can't, there's no give. Once it lays down, it's down. And if there's a bubble, you're screwed. But these are really pretty hugging type pictures. These are definitely like a coloring a day type of book, I think. You could easily color one of these in a day. There's some hobbits right there. But yeah, if you haven't seen this book, it's really beautiful. And if you're nervous about the paper and you just want to color the images, maybe you could copy them or something. But yeah, it's a fun little book. I have this little postcard book. This is by Emily Liedel Oberg, and it's by Printworks. And I got this on Book Outlet before they were over. Not Book Outlet, Book Depository before they were no more. And I got it because I didn't have Sagnarok Sagna, and I really, really wanted it. And all I had was fairy tales, and the new book hadn't come out yet. And so I saw this postcard book one day, and I'm like, oh, that's from her. That's the artist I love. I gotta get it. I think it has to do with birthdays or something. I don't exactly know what that means, but it's a postcard book. So it's very thick pages, cream, and her style, of course. And there's some treats, and there's a frog there. I have colored in it. I colored this one right here, the rabbit, and it turned out really fun. And I used watercolor on the background a little bit, so it did well with water. And I used alcohol markers too, so. But yeah, this cute little postcard book from her. That's a fun one. I have this one that's called Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter Fashion Girl. And this is a Korean coloring book that I stumbled upon on Amazon one day. And I thought, I wonder what that's all about. And it was a really good deal, so I just ordered it. And it's a postcard book. Sorry, guys. I haven't colored in this, so it's kind of hard to flip because it's thicker. But a lot of these girls have kind of like a fashion thing. There's a little bit going on in the background, but it's mostly just the character and just a little something in the background. And see, that one has more to it. Has a little more grayscale-y effect to the jacket. And I really liked it. So I'm glad that I ordered this a long time ago. I haven't colored in it because I forget about my tiny books. I have this book. It is not a coloring book. It's called Fortunately the Milk by Neil Gaiman. And this artist, or the artist that illustrated these images, is Scotty Young, which is the same one that did the Color Your Own Marvel coloring book that I showed you in one of my previous videos. So he illustrated all the images in here. And this is a really cute story, by the way. And it's about a dad that goes out to get milk and what happens to him when he goes to get milk. And there's like little illustrations like this, and it's novel paper, you know, it's that very cheap paper, but there's illustrations on every single page. And I have colored in this. See, it's different. I colored these two characters right here, and I just use Arteza colored pencils. And I tried not to push too hard because it's such thin paper. And right here it says, "You're right," said my father. "The piranhas were later." Right, so, because they're talking about the story. And yeah, just a whole bunch of fun little characters. So if you are ever looking for a coloring book and maybe not be able to find what you're looking for, also look into different novels that have been illustrated. Sometimes they have some fun ones that you can color the illustrations to go with the novel. All right. Now into my mini Pusheen coloring book. As you can tell, it's a tiny one. I have just been working front to back in this. It is perforated. I've just been using alcohol markers and gel pens and whatever, you know. Nothing really fancy, just some mindless coloring. I did this to test out some pencils. That one too. And that's the one that I'm on, but they're just really simple little colorings. Good for like if you're traveling and you just need something small for your bag. That one I think you can get on Amazon. I have Millie Murata's Animal Kingdom mini edition. So this one you can get on Amazon. And I've colored a couple in here. So I've done this one, which is the dragonfly page. And I have colored the background with an acrylic paint, and then I put glitter on top. And I can't remember, but I think it was the Chromaflow pencils that I used to color the dragonfly. And that turned out nice and easy. And it didn't take very long because these are really small books. As you can clearly see, there was no bleed through. There's a little bit of buckling, but it's not too bad. And like there's the fox. And so if you know these books as the large books, sometimes taking them at a smaller scale makes it a little easier to color. But it just depends on how you feel. Oh, this is a whip that I started coloring when I was in the hospital visiting. And yeah, this just has like dual metallic pens on it. I didn't finish it. I was just in between doctor's appointment type things. And so, yeah, I just got a little bit of color laid down on that. In Curious Creatures by Millie Murata, also found on Amazon, I have done more. And for some reason, I've done more in these tiny books than I have done in her big books. And I don't know why. But here's a whip. This is when I was at Primary Children's, a children's hospital. And I was waiting for my children, or my daughter, or my son, or one of my kids to come out of surgery. You know how they make you wait in those waiting rooms and it takes like forever and you can't leave the hospital because your child's in surgery. So I just picked this up and just started coloring it with some fine liners. And the next one is this one. And it has two hands glitter paint pens on it. And the other part is pencils, which I want to say were the Artix pencils, but I can't remember. It's been a long time. And then I've done this one with the swordfish, has glitter gel pen and colored pencils, and there's stickles on there as well. And I did that forever ago, and it's still very sparkly. All right, moving on to these fun books. So these ones are little Hatchet Hero. The next little bit is going to be this size. Do I have a ruler? I don't think so. I don't even have a regular coloring book to compare. Oh, I have Universum right here. So here's Universum. This is how big it is compared to Universum. So I think it's like a 5x5 book, I think. But yeah, anyway, this is Campanula. And so this one has everything to do with Tinkerbell and the fairies, to do with the Tinkerbell movies. And I'm not going to pronounce all that, but it says it's a Hatchet Heroes book. And there's the ISBN number if you need it. I believe I got this one on Amazon because I think this is the Spanish version, but I think you can get it on Lyrica as the French version too. And it has images like this in it. So it's kind of like wallpaper background with the fairies. And I believe these are these string bound? I think. I can't tell. It looks like my daughter started coloring that, but they could be glue bound. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're glue bound. I've done this one, which is the Pirate Fairy. So it's part of the movie where they are going to find more blue pixie dust, and they find this fairy in an abandoned pirate ship to have her help. And I had a lot of fun coloring her. And this is Gelato in the background. And I've also dotted it with acrylic paint pen. Yeah, she was fun to do. And then I've done this one. And this one's Rosetta, the flower fairy. She's got kind of like a some kind of print on her little outfit, cow print or something. But I have stickles in her wings, if you can't tell. And there is metallic in the background on top of the Gelato. And then I wanted to see how watercolor would do in this book. So with this Tinkerbell one, I've used different metallic watercolors in the background. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is some glitter in the wings too. And I've added like extra sparkles coming off. And there's some little yellow dots because of pixie dust, but those would have been better if they were like sparkly yellow, I think. But yeah, these can take a lot because they're nice thick paper. I have this one. This is the title. I call it the Snow Globe book. And this is by Hatchet. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. But this is the ISBN number if you need it. Right there. And like I said, I call this the Snow Globe book because every single page is in a snow globe. And this is the one that I started and I haven't finished it. I was thinking I should pull this one for my OWL prompt this month for Wild Year of Color. This wouldn't be that hard to finish. And now that I have acrylic paint pens and stuff, I could just finish this really fast if I wanted to. And that one wouldn't be too hard either. So they're not just Christmas, they're snow globes. Yes, but they're for anything, anytime, any season. Look at that one with the bonnet girls. Isn't that cute? So that's a really fun one. I have this one that's Les Petites Carrés mangas, and This is an art therapy one by Hatchet Heroes. And there's the ISBN number right there. So this one's gonna have your manga type of characters. A lot of wallpaper and busy stuff going on here. Yeah. Some of it I would have to like black out, I'm sure. Because it would get to be too much, I think. But yeah, it's kind of anime-like. That doesn't seem too bad. Even these faces, the different facial expressions, that one's not too bad either. And that one would be fun to color. So yeah, there's that one. Some of those are kind of crazy. I don't know if I would be able to color them, but others aren't too bad. The next one I have is this one. I think this one has something to do with stuffed animals, if I'm correct. I don't know what this means, but I believe this one is a French one. And here is the ISBN number. And it has basically stuffed animals and on pretty much every page. It's not nearly as busy as the manga one. Like I can look at this page and know what is what. Really cute. So there's this one. Now I have a bunch of Disney ones. So this is the babies one, Les Petites Carrés Babies by Hatchet Heroes. And I've done a few in here. So I've done Piglet. You can see Simba on this side. That one's really cute too. Okay, here's some images for you. So some are Zentangly and some of them are just straight. I've done this one with Boo from Monsters Incorporated. Got this one from Up. That one's really cute. See, these ones aren't so Zentangly. Her outfit, Riley's outfit here is kind of Zentangly. And same with Michael's. And then I've done this one, of course, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And when I approach these, instead of like coloring all the flowers in the background, I just put a distress ink or gel crayon distress style over it so that the focus can just be on the characters, because that's what I enjoyed coloring the most anyway. Yeah. I mean, some of them, like this, I wouldn't mind coloring the background, but like this, I probably wouldn't color all those leaves. And something like this that's Zentangle, I probably would just color over it. Just kind of how I approach things. I have this one, which is all about Winnie the Pooh. This is how it's pronounced. And there's the ISBN number for this one. I'm giving you the ISBN numbers because I can't give you the full title because I can't read them. They speak another language. But yeah, this one has everything to do with Winnie the Pooh. You have some really cute pictures like this and like that. That's a Zentangly one. But you have wallpaper things like this. And maybe I'd color them, maybe I wouldn't, I don't know. But these would make, if you wanted to, you could trim them down, like just trim off the edge and just make bookmarks if you wanted to. Because there's plenty of Winnie the Pooh to go around here. And in the back, I think it gives you extra pages. See, it gives you bookmarks that you can color. So there is bookmarks in the back of that one. if you want to cut them out and color them. Solace Ocean. I guess it has everything to do with ocean animals of Disney. And here's the ISBN number of this one. So we've got in the back the extras, of course, that you could do the bookmarks. And Moana's in the back with Maui from the first Moana movie, because this is an older book. And then we've got Ariel, because obviously she's in the ocean. And then we've got Nemo, which there's quite a bit of Nemo. Oh, that's a cute little otter page. Did you guys see that? I flipped so fast and it's like, there's a cute little otter. Now I can't find him. Oh, there he is right there. See? He's cute. So there is that one. All right, here's some books that you guys probably all recognize. So this is Bulls Les de Polis or something like that. The Furball book. And before I knew what that meant, I used to call it the Fox book because it had foxes on the front. But this is by Diane Defoe. And I have done a few in here. So I've done this one a long time ago. This girl in the middle was done in all acrylic paint pens, old acrylic paint pens. It feels like scratchy. And I colored all of the leaves with a glitter gel pen. And in the background, I have a lot of glitter going on because everything with glitter makes it better, right? Or sometimes it could just be too much. But we've got some really good images here. I think it starts with the fall and then it works through the seasons. I've done this one. I did this last year. And I colored all my pumpkins to be pink pumpkins because I was doing a thing for pink pumpkins. And I don't remember the supplies, but yeah, that's how this one turned out. I do like to use my Crayola Super Tips in this book. I've also done this one with the pink and the purple dog. This was my daughter's pick, and her favorite colors are pink, purple, and blue. So I was trying to do it with her favorite colors. And there was bleed out right there because I was trying to do what I saw on someone else's channel where they put water-based marker down and added water to the page. Yeah, it bleeds through, so even if it's a Crayola Super Tip, please be careful if you try that. Yeah, I learned my lesson. And then I've done this one too with the pets in bed, dog under the, we've got 2 dogs and 2 cats, no, 3 cats. And we've got a mom and dad and a little girl right there. So yeah, and I use Neocolor 2s on that, I remember. And Neocolor 2s seem to work really well. A lot of people have worked in this book because I think there's a color along going on in this book. So yeah. This one is adorable. This one is the teddy bear book. That's the name of it. I just call it the bear book or the teddy bear book, also by Diane Defoe. And I love this size of book for her. I'd have her mermaids one, but I haven't colored in it because I love it, but I just don't know how to jump into it. For some reason, these smaller format books are easier for me to dive in. I don't know. Maybe they seem less threatening. I don't know. And this one is adorable. I keep on pulling pages to color in here, and yeah, don't get them done. I do have one in here, and it's like one of my favorite pages I've ever colored, so I'll show you that one. And it's in the back. It's this one right here. It's the hula dancer one. Yeah, I really like that. I like the colors. This was so much fun to color, and I just loved coloring those bears and making them so much fun and adding extra lines into the headdresses, and yeah, I really liked it. And this is a metallic like paint pen thing in the background, and then the ground was Neocolor 2s. So yeah, it was really fun. All right, I have Disney Art Deco, and this book I was working with Kate as like a project book. We started it a long time ago, and then we kind of fell off the wagon for a while, and neither one of us have talked about jumping back on the wagon on this book. So if Kate watches this, you'll have to let me know, Kate, if you want to jump back in and work on this book together again. This one is one of my favorites of the mini block things that Disney does. This Art Deco one, because it has all the characters and it has a little bit of a grayscale to it, which is really cool. This is the ISBN. I think you can get it on Lyrica. If not, you may be able to get it on Amazon UK or Amazon France, but I'm not sure. And I've done, okay, so I've colored this little Snow White emblem on the front, and I can see it's starting to come off the side there, so to be careful. And I've done these two. So we've got Jasmine right there. She turned out pretty good. I like how her outfit looks, and there's some glitter and stuff. And yeah, I think that's fun. And then I've got Cinderella. I don't know if I like the colors I used on the background of Cinderella, but it is what it is. And I like how Kate's Cinderella turned out better. She did a really nice job on her Cinderella. So the first section is like all the princesses. And then it goes to, oh, there's another one. I didn't even flag this one. I did Princess Tiana as well. That one turned out all right. Looks like there's some transfer on Mulan here. That's okay, we can cover that up with paint markers. And then we go into the next section, which I think has something to do with companions, because we've got two characters. And then we've done this one. I know that I did this one with Kate, which is the Smee one. I know we did it for a pirate hashtag a long time ago, and that turned out really nice. And ooh, it looks like whatever I used that was yellow kind of bled through there. That's interesting. It was stickles, but maybe when I put the stickles on top of it, it bled through. Interesting. So there's Miguel from Coco. And I did this sparkly yellow because of the petals that they go on the bridge. And that one turned out really well. I put glossy accent, or not glossy accents, but black Jelly Roll glaze on his eyes to give it a different look than the rest of the black. It looks like it kind of smeared on this side, the black did. Interesting. And there's the villains section. And I have done this one, Shere Khan the Tiger. Yeah. Yeah, I was using the Crayola Super Tips, and then I would use the acrylic paint pens that I had that were old acrylic paint pens, and some of them just don't do as well as others. Because this background, like this black, it's one, and I can see that it has already smeared onto this one of TikTok, so I guess it just depends on your quality of supplies. But maybe I could erase it with an eraser. I'm not gonna stress about it. No reason to stress. You can always try to cover it up, right? I have Disney portraits. I know that I think Meg from Meg's Coloring Corner actually finished this book, and I've only done a few in here, so it just has Disney characters in it. And I've done this one here of Wally, and that one turned out really well. I like all the metallic in the background, and I like how in the eyes I did it so you could see the outer space, kind of like when he's looking up into space. I like the movie Wall-E. It's fun. And then we've got pictures like this, obviously. And then I have this one that I've done of Woody. There's a lot of glitter going on there. And I've used the glaze as well on his hat and on his vest. And I added the polka dots to the little circle things because I kind of felt like it looked kind of like a rope. So, yeah. And since this one, I was pretty heavy on my coloring, it bled through to the opposite side, so I felt like I needed to do Buzz to make sure that page was fixed. So I have done Buzz here. And he's more recent than any of these, actually. He's my most recent out of these little books. I think I did him last Spacember, if I remember right. But yeah, I haven't done anything else in here. All right. I've got this one, which is Art Therapy Disney Princesses, 60 Colorage by Hatchet Heroes. These are the mini small blocks or whatever you want to call them. And these are just going to have princesses in them. And they kind of look like this. They're not, the ink work is fairly light, almost like they've printed it. Not dark enough or something. When this happens to any of my books, I usually just go over it with a black pen or something, just to make it darker again. And I'll show what, yeah, this one that I did of Mulan. And I went over her hair because it had that black ink that wasn't quite right. So I went over her head, I think, or her hair with some kind of black pen or marker. I don't know if it was an alcohol marker. No, it wasn't an alcohol marker. But it was probably just a water-based black marker just to make it so that it stand out again. But this one turned out really well. It looks really nice. So, yeah, there's that one. I have the Disney Mascots book as well. And this is, again, just like the Princess one, smaller. This one is busy. We've got a lot of busyness going on here. A lot of Zentangle. A lot of pattern. But something like that, you could easily just color. You could add elements on here too to make different art journal spreads. You know, just use your imagination and you probably come up with something really cool. So don't be afraid of a wallpaper page. You never know what could come out of it. I have this one, which is the mini block. So this is a portrait book, and I think I have the larger portraits of this, but I'm not sure. I think so, though. And we've got just Disney portraits. Yeah, I think this was from the first portraits book. All these portrait images. So there's that one. Haven't done anything in either one of those. I have Miss Zukie's doodle coloring book. And this is by, well, it says Zukie's. It's their own thing. Exlepris, or what is the artist's name? It's just copyright Suzuki Art Inc. It was made in 2018. Okay. I was just trying to see if we were still in Scream. It has these little characters that are like sketchy. Some of them are more drawn in, more inked out, you know. I've done this one with the tiger. These are really simple. They don't take very long to color. I've done the pumpkin. And this one, I wish I would have went into the black areas and blacked it out more, but it was too late because I put glossy accents on the eyes. I've done this one. Added stickles to it, so it's all sparkly. I think they look like some kind of gummy bear character or gummy buddy or something made out of gummy. And then I've done this one. And I did this one for my birthday one year. Because yellow is my favorite color and I needed something quick. Yep, there's that one. That would be a fairly easy one to complete, I think. I have this really unique book. It's called Ballerina Theater, 3D Colorscapes. I think I got this on Book Outlet. I thought, oh, that looks really unique. I would like something like that. I just think it's cool looking. And you color and create your own 3D scenes. So how it works is the first 2 cards in the book are your floor, and you build it up from there, and you can string your own theater. And it's thick. It's really thick because it's designed for you to take it out. And like there's a perforation where these needs to be punched out. Like there's a perforation around these ballerinas. And like right there, I think this scene's from like the Nutcracker and stuff. And they're double-sided. So you might not want to use alcohol markers. You would want to use like pencils and fine liners and stuff. Romeo and Juliet. Odette dances with Prince Siegfried. That's a Swan Lake. So it just has different scenes. There's a floor and there's a floor. So it tells you how to do it. And it's by Barron's. I thought this was a very unique find. They have another one that's like a jungle one, but I've never seen it for sale. So I think they're really unique. I like these build a coloring piece type of books. So in this tiny book, or in this tiny shelf, I have Imran Sprutzergang Dirt Day. Yeah. This is the compilation book of Rita Berman. And I'm surprised I didn't have it with the other Rita Bermans, but it is what it is. My lack of organization. And this one, you're going to have images from all seasons. So if you just want one Rita Berman book, I would suggest the compilation book because you have every season going on. And it starts off with the spring, of course. And I have done this one right here. And I think it was just Crayola Super Tips and a little bit of pencil and gel pen. Yeah. I didn't do a background sky. because I didn't want to dodge all the elements, to be honest. Once I got to this, I was just ready to be done. So, yeah. But there's little sections, like if you want to color just one little thing. Here's a smaller thing you could color that's spring. Of course, I've colored this image in my spring book or in my summer book or whatever, but I haven't colored the opposite side. Oh, I have a whip here. I was testing out, it's in one of my short videos, some imitation Neocolor 2s. They are on Temu. The brand was Sunny, and I was showing how they blended in a Rita Berman book. So that's how I did that. And then in the back here, I've done this one, and this one was a recent page. I turned this into the Anna Elsa castle from Frozen, and this was a buddy color. And yeah, it turned out really nice. I have I Heart Kawaii. I used to have a ton of these I Heart books, but I destashed quite a few a long time ago. So I only have a few. I have this one and the unicorn one, which is I'm going to show you in a minute, and the elf one, and the elf one's with my Christmas stuff. But I think everything else I got rid of. So yeah, the Kawaii one I have colored in, though, quite a few, or a few. I guess I should say not quite a few, a few. So I've done this one with the teacups. It's just alcohol markers and gel pen. Just very simple coloring. Just to make my life easy, you know. I don't know if I like pages like that so much, but I like fun pages like this. This one's not too bad. It has lots of different elements. I've done this one with the cactuses. And I think I did this with Teo tree markers, if I remember right. There is a little bit of gel pen on the raindrops, but that's all. That's a fun little space one. You can see the different little things. I've done this one. I think it was for a fall prompt for leaves. I liked these little doggies. It's very fun. Very colorful. I mean, some of these are really fun. Others, like this, I don't know if I'd color, but that's okay. Color all the fun ones that I feel like coloring, I figure. And that one, when you search it on Amazon, this silver part looks blue. But when you get it, it's silver. Just so you know, you're looking at the right book. And then the last one I'm going to share with you today is this one, which is I Heart Cute Unicorns. This one has everything to do with unicorns. These I Heart books are by Sterling Children's Books. And they're pretty much single-sided. This one's all about unicorns, of course. I've done this one with the unicorn on the birthday cake with a little bit of glittericious going on in the mane. And then I've done one more in here. And it's just the pens and pencils, or the pencils. Basically the school supplies, all with gel pens. Just felt like coloring with gel pens that day. So this is a great book just to pull a page and just color with gel pens too. Especially if you just want to have some easy coloring. But that is all of my itty bitty books, or my tiny books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And the next collection videos, I still need to share with you my giant books, because I have some giant ones. A lot of my Disney hardbound books, I have a bunch of those that I need to share with you. All of my like really expensive books like Clara Markova, those kind of hardbound books. I have a bunch of those that need to be shared. And there's some more Asian ones. I'm just trying to think of the shelves that I haven't shared. And yeah, we still have a way to go. So you're probably thinking, man, how many videos is this going to be? I'm not sure. I just do what I can. The reason why I chose to do the itty bitties is because I pulled a muscle the other day and haven't been able to lift a whole bunch. So I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions about anything you saw, please let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, friends. Bye.